Welcome to Lab 101. Today we're going to talk about the Palo Alto PAN-OS setting up your URL filter. So once you log in, you go into the Device tab. Under your security profile, you have your AV, your anti-spyware, your vulnerability protection, your URL filtering. We're going to talk about mainly the URL filtering and file blocking. So here's an example of one I have already created. You can create multiple profiles and apply them to your different policies. So I will show you that too in a little bit. So I'll take like an example. Let's make a new one. Here we're going to give it a name. Let's say logging events. So in here we can set up specific block list that we want to block. We can create our own allowed list. So if we have an exception that we want to allow people to go to regardless. So, and then over here you have your different URL filters and categories. Now this is based on which uh, system you ascribe to. So currently the PAN you can get through right now 5, and part of 6 you can get, uh, it's called Bright Cloud, and the PAN OS has its own URL filter. So depending on which one you're using. So if you're not sure, here's a quick way. If you go to URL check, it's going to show you. So like here's an example. This is the PAN. So you would type in the URL capture code, and it's going to tell you what it's categorized in. So let's say like an example. And then so this shows you what this URL considered. And let's say if this was turns out this wasn't a good website, you could turn around, fill out the request, put in your information in there, and then within an hour or two later, depending on how busy they are, they will come back and let you know if they changed it. But you would get an automatic email showing that yes, they have received your request to change your URL. So that's just a quick little tip. So in here we have your different actions. So you have allow, alert, block, continue, overwrite. So if we go under the help here, this will show you a quick overview of everything. So I want to kind of go over the list here with you. So here you can see here's the help. It goes over blocking, but let's see. Oh, here's what I was looking for, actions. So you can see here's alert. That means it'll allow the user to go through, but it'll also log the event. Block will just block the site. Makes sense. Continue allows the user to access the block page by clicking a block page and saying yes, I still want to go there. And then the last choice is the overwrite, where you can still block it, but then require a password to overwrite, which is kind of good if you have like a limited machine that you need to block restriction. But as the support technician needs to go out there and let's say they need to go and download a new patch, if you use the overwrite, which is nice, then they would take them to a portal page, they could put in their access code, and then they would be able to continue on. So there's some different ways you can do different events for your URL. So you can do it for different ones. So let's say if we want to block this adult content, let's say we want to say alert tobacco, let's say we want an override, maybe we're dealing with like a high school, who knows, for different reasons, just showing some different examples. And you notice these little red things, these are showing you the changes that you have made, so you know what you have made and what you haven't made. So very simple. So just by allow it won't allow you to go ahead and log these events. So if you want these events to be logged, you at least need to do alert is the minimum. So let's just go with that for as an example. Then we'd hit apply. And now we've created our system here. You can see all the different categories that are blocked and overwrite. So from there we can go into, we could create a policy that puts all of them together, and then also under file block we would just go simply add, and let's just say we want to just do logging for now. And then here we would then turn around, give this a name, let's say uh, maybe we want to do streaming music, so we can click add, and then here we can then look for like an example. So iTunes Media Store, and then we could turn around and add more. We can do both directions: upload, download, and alerts. So to apply those, we would go to our policy tab, go to rules, and then under actions here, we can go to, you can see here we can do our event log, our file block, and hit OK, and then hit commit. And then we did OK, and then that would apply the changes. Alright, that includes this little section of the video. Thanks for watching. Bye.